guys, we're back for a vlog today. Today is going to be kind of an interesting topic for me because it's one that I've been dealing with and I just am kind of curious to see if a lot of people are. As most of you guys know who have been following my videos, I'm married. And it's become a lovely phenomenon of the fact that people seem to not, in this day and age, like, I guess I never realized it since I wasn't married before, but I am so curious of when it became so okay to hit on and talk inappropriately to someone who is married. I came from a very old style background, which is basically once in a relationship, married, engaged, any of those, you don't flirt, you don't hit on, you don't try to get them to do anything with you. And in the last year or two, I've run across a lot of people that doesn't seem to matter to them, and I'm just like, what? You're insane. Like, I married him for a reason. If I wasn't happy with him, I wouldn't have married him. Just a thought. And I was talking to my husband about it because I have a rule with myself, which is if it's just, I don't tell him everything that happens in my life. Just because not everything is worthy of being told. But I don't hide anything from him. So when I feel like it's something that if I didn't tell him I would be hiding it, I tell him. And I was talking to him about what's been going on, and I asked him, I was like, when did it become normal for this? And apparently, like, it's just in like the last 20 to 25 years, like, he's noticed it's become like normal. And I don't understand it, because why? What makes you think that you're so amazing that a married woman would cheat on her husband with you? Like, you would have to be completely insane to think that works. And if it did work, then there's a lot more than just that going on in that marriage that's wrong. And so it was something that I was thinking about a lot lately, because I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get why it's happening. I don't get what's going on. Like, in the last week or two even, I've had people who I've known for years, and we were friends, start trying to get me to flirt with them or hit on them or even send them pictures. And I'm like, I don't understand your mindset. What makes you think this is acceptable? I hate it because it's making me lose friendships that I thought would not be lost. And it's just sad, because what makes you so unhappy that you think, hey, let me disrupt someone's married life? I mean, to be perfectly blunt, why can't you just call one of your other like booty calls and leave me alone? Whether you're drunk, whether you're sober, it should be a no. If that is your personality when you're drunk, then just don't touch your phone. Just don't. Because, I mean, when I drink, I become very flirty. But there's a reason why I generally only drink with my best friend or my husband. That's just how I am. I don't generally drink with anyone else other than those two, just because my best friend, like, we can be having fun and still be perfectly fine. And if I'm with my husband, who cares? But if you're seriously texting me drunk and you have to say, am I going to tell my husband this? You should already know the automatic answer is yes, because I'm sorry, but that's just no-go for me. And it's a personal fact for me, because, I mean, I'm not all high and mighty and say I've never done something like that, because when I was very young and very stupid and very, 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 very stupid, I got involved with someone who was in a relationship, and that was probably my stupidest thing I've ever done when I was a teenager, and it's something that I had to come to peace with and grips and ask for forgiveness and move on. But it taught me something in the process. It taught me that if someone is so unhappy that they're willing to cheat, then one, don't be that person that cheats with them, and two, what is so wrong with, if you're so unhappy, and especially like if you're dating, like this guy was just dating the person. And I'm not saying that it makes it any better, it really doesn't. It's the fact that if you're dating someone and you're that unhappy that you're cheating on them, leave the relationship. And I told him that several times after the fact, like it was literally like a 6-month span, and then I completely cut it off. And I worked with the guy, so it was just kind of like let's not touch this topic again. And he would constantly bring it up, and I finally had to look at him and I'd be like, what makes you so unhappy with your relationship that you're trying to cheat? Like, why? And he could never come up with a reason. And what's comical about it is the girl that he was dating at that time, he's now married to her. Which I'm kind of like, more power to you that you got married, but I really hope it wasn't just the fact that you thought no one else would ever love you, because that's just stupid. But in my circumstances, the people that are doing this to me, like if it's a random stranger, I'll just hold up my hand and be like, dude, I'm married, back off. And generally, they do. But it's the ones that actually know me that tend to not. And a lot of them know my husband. And they know him from when we first started dating. And I'm just kind of like, you knew how hard I fought for him. You knew how long I waited. You knew the whole mess that came in between all of that. And yet you still think, miraculously, that you're going to be something better to me than what I fought for and won. You're out of your freaking mind. And I guess this is just one of those things where if you're single and someone who is married or in a relationship starts hitting on you, that's warning signs. Ring bells, red flags, say no. But on the reverse, if you're married or in a relationship and someone's hitting on you, and let's just say, for instance, you're alone at the time and it's late at night and you're just watching TV and no one else is around you, then who is going to know, even if it's through Snapchat? The issue is it will catch up to you. You can't hide the effects of what that does to you. And I know this from experience because I've had people cheat on me. So I've seen the signs, I know them, and honestly, I'm if you're a lot like me, you're a person that can't handle hiding stuff from anyone. It literally kills you on the inside. So being put in that position where you either destroy your relationship or you hide it, you're going to end up destroying your relationship. And so why give yourself that motive? Why? I honestly would love to hear feedback from this because it boggles my mind on the fact that people think it's okay. And we are coming so close to the end time, it's not even funny, but we're not there yet, and the thought that it's going to get worse, and it doesn't even mean worse than just like the wars and such. It literally means people's whole morals are going to go to hell in a handbasket before we're done. And I don't get it. Like, it's not like this is looking like a promise ring. It doesn't look like just a fancy little ring that I bought. It's a legit wedding ring. And especially the people who know me and know my husband, you're disrespecting him, first off, and you're disrespecting me. And I fought really hard to stop getting disrespected by men. And another one, to any man out there that thinks, or any woman even, that thinks that this is an okay situation, hear me out on this one. You not only look like a terrible person to the person you're trying to get this happening with, but you look incredibly pathetic. And I don't ever belittle anyone, and I don't ever try to basically go bashing on someone. But if you seriously have to choose the person who is married or in a relationship to get your fun times, you need a life and you need to find better people in your life. Because I'm not saying sex before marriage is a smart idea, but gosh dang it, people are doing it all the time. And if you're choosing me to try to do it with, you're looking pathetic and you're wrong on so many levels. And it's been irking me so much because I cannot stand it. I am perfectly fine with joking around with people. I do it quite often enough to where, like, people who don't know me, one of my friends that actually knew me before I met my husband, and he knows my husband very well, we'll joke around about stuff all day long. And people will be like, are they hitting on each other? And then my friends and people who actually know me, they're like, no, that's just how they are. And that's fine. Because honestly, I don't care what people honestly think. It's what my husband thinks and what those around me who actually know me. If they say, hey, you're kind of teetering on that line of inappropriate, then I'm like, okay, then I'll rein it back. But I'm all fine with that. But when you ask me to send you a picture so that you can jerk off, you're out of your fucking mind. And I really, really cannot stress this enough to anyone who's ever thought that that's an okay situation. It's not. You're not only jeopardizing, potentially, that person's marriage, but you're jeopardizing something within yourself that later on you will feel. And it's not this whole walk of shame crap. It's not this whole maybe feeling guilty. It will hit you hard when you're at some point old enough to realize it. Whether it be when you have a daughter or a son and someone's trying to pull that on them, or when you have the exact same thing done to you. It will hit you hard. Save yourself that feeling and just say no. Just don't do it. If it means people don't text me, I'm fine with that. I don't need them. I really don't. So, shout out to anyone who has turned away from that sort of thing or has stood firm. More power to you. We're going strong. And I hope you guys are being smart with your lives and remembering to think things through before you do them. And on that note, I'm going to leave you with this tad bit. If you have to ask them if they can hide it, or if you have to hide it, then most likely it's wrong, so just don't do it. So with that, I bid you adieu. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that I get some feedback, because this is something that I've been kind of like, what the heck's going on here? So with that, I'll see you guys later. Bye.